Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Between Two Mini Couches for the Between Two Couches special. We're going to talk about the CrossFit Ireland CrossFit Kids classes with our main CrossFit Kids coach, Rochelle. So, to start it all off, obviously the main question is, what is CrossFit Kids?
Okay, so it's not really massively different to CrossFit for adults. Obviously, when we're coaching adults, our main aim is to make you good at everything and good at life rather than just good at like picking up a barbell in the gym. So it's the exact same for kids. Like, you know, we bring them in, we obviously mix up strength, conditioning and gymnastics at their level, but it's really to make them better outside of the gym. So carrying a backpack on the way to school, they're strong enough to do that. They can climb up the monkey bars in the park. They can be better at their chosen sport in school, whether that's rugby or hockey or whatever it is that they want to do. And also I think probably something that's really highlighted for the kids anyway is like that sense of confidence and being able to come in and make new friends outside of their usual school group. And you know, a lot of the kids that would come in might be a little bit shy or unsure of whether they're able to do things, and they get that like massive kind of fulfillment aspect to it that they love. They learn about teamwork and they learn about supporting each other, and you know, also a kind of a big aspect to it and something they don't seem to get in, you know, outside school activities is they actually learn about not always winning as well, and what it's like to maybe not be able to do something just yet, and like working and really training hard to be able to have an achievement. So that's kind of it in short.
Oh, nice. And so what would a kids CrossFit class usually consist of? Do they actually lift weights?
Yeah, they do. So I mean, obviously we have 3 different age groups here. They start at 4, so like tots, the Panda Club, and 4 to 6 year olds. And even at that age, once we've got them moving properly, got all the fundamentals right around kind of squats and being able to pick things up off the floor, which would, you know, end up being a deadlift. We'll give them small weights. I mean, like we have kids weights in here. We have 4-pound wall balls. We have we'll use like the 1 and 2 kilo plates, and they'll hold them overhead and or by the sides and do box step ups. But it's all about kind of load bearing at the right age with the right technique. The juniors class, like we have 8 kilo barbells for them, and they're brilliant with them. Like again, it's the same with the adults. Like you don't load up a child unless they're moving correctly, and same with an adult. Our advanced kids, well, they're just brilliant. They're better than the majority of us. So.
Okay. And is there a big difference between coaching adults and kids, as you've done both before?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite, you have to simplify everything. So I remember when I started coaching kids, and I was like, you know, you can stand at the top of the room and you can say, you know, power position, bow to the hang, and they're like, what are you talking about? They haven't got a clue. And it's all about kind of making it, you know, relevant to them. So if you take the really small kids, you want to teach them how to pick up something off the floor correctly and safely. The way you would relate that is to, have you been to the zoo? And they're like, of course they've been to the zoo, right? You know, how does a gorilla sit? And me and you know a gorilla has their hips down and their chest up. So they're all like in this gorilla position, and from there they'll stand up. So it's really simplifying things. If you need a child to, you know, make their back nice and straight or keep their back tight, you might say to an adult, tight back. To a child you will say shoulders back or look up, or you know, you just have to keep it really short, simple. You know, especially with the younger ones, it has to be fun. Like everything is a game. You know, if for 1 second you're, you know, you may have a bad day when you're coaching adults, right? You're tired, or you've had a long day at work, or something could be going on in your life, and you'll do your best to bring positivity. If you don't absolutely bring positivity and a bit of kind of, I guess you need to kind of make sure they know what they're doing. Then they'll walk all over you.
Oh, I've done a few kids class myself, and I certainly know that. So, yes. And finally, what is with the Panda?
Yeah, so obviously at CrossFit Ireland we have 3 core values that we teach across the adults class. So what we wanted to do, I wanted to kind of bring that into the kids, and the adults are coachable, enthusiastic team players, and going back to how you coach adults and kids differently, like they don't know what that means, right? The juniors and the advanced class, they can understand it, and we talk through it as we would the adults. But for the really small kids, you need to make it fun, right? And so we, you know, pandas are the best animals ever.
I agree. I endorse that message.
So we got a big cuddly panda teddy bear, and it goes to every class. Whoever demonstrates one of those values best wins a Panda and takes it home for the week. But the way we talk about the values to the young ones is coachable turns into listening, and that turns into, you know, did you listen? Are you doing as you're told, basically? And if you show good listening skills, you might win Panda.
Yeah.
Enthusiastic for the kids, that's, you know, are you smiling? Like, it's literally as easy as that. Like, are you smiling when you come into class? And also, when they can't do something, it's like we celebrate not being able to do something and, you know, learning how to do it. So again, you can win Panda for that. Or teamwork, which is the biggest one for the kids.
Yeah.
And that literally translates into high fives, and we make sure that we're always
high fives all around.
High fives all around,
And actually, one more question. What is the most rewarding part of coaching kids?
I'll actually give you an example from today's classes. That we have, and I know his mum won't mind, Andrew, he's in the TOTS class. I think he's 5 at this stage now. He started a few months ago. And when Andrew came into us, his mum had some like goals for him. Like, he had kind of a weak core. He found coordination and stability difficult, and he wouldn't have been able to complete a bear crawl, as an example. And today they came running into class, and Andrew had something huge he wanted to tell me, and his mum was super, super happy. And I was like, what did you do? And he was like, I was in the park. And I was like, what did you do? And he completed the entire monkey bars. And his mum was just like, you know, he would never have been able to do that. He would never have had the confidence or the strength to do that. So, you know, seeing them be so happy and excited about that is huge.
Great. And probably the most important question, how do you join Panda Club?
So you need to email pandaclub@crossfitisland.ie, or you can give us a call. We're on Instagram as well and Facebook. We're super easy to find. Just look up CrossFit Ireland. The juniors class is full, but we do have a waiting list. TOTS we have 2 spaces left for, and our advanced class, you have to qualify to get into that. So if there's teenagers, then parents reach out and we'll talk to them about it.
And what time of the class is that? Just
so the 4-year-olds start at 10 to 8 in the morning. Yes, I know it's early. I'm there. They only go for 20 minutes because they're so young. And the juniors start at 8:15, and then we have a break, and then the advanced come in at 11.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much. That was a very enjoyable episode.